All right, it's time for another comparison review today. Today we're going to look at 4 asymmetrical pearls, and we're going to compare them on this fresh house shot here at Pinchasers Veterans to see the difference in the shapes and of the covers of these 4 bowling balls. All right, but before we get into this thing, make sure you do that thing, hit that like, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications so you know my content hits the internet. And all right, it's time. Let's get into this. All right, so I got 4 different asymmetrical pearls here from the 7 Brands of Brunswick. They're always trying to be in the videos, man. They're always trying to be in the videos. The 4 balls that we're looking at today are going to be the Track Theorem Pearl, a brand new ball from Track. They did come out with 2 more releases here, which I have one of them on the way, and we'll see a ball review for that shortly, which is the stealth mode. Then we're going to look at the Ebonite The One Reverb, and then the Brunswick Vaporize, and last we'll look at one of the Hammer releases, the Black Widow Mania, which is one of my favorites and one of the balls that I use in my second shift league all the time. So without further ado, let's get into this. All right, so for the first ball, which I believe is the strongest of the 4 when it comes to the way I'm throwing it and the way I drilled it, is going to be the Track Theorem Pearl. All right, so the core numbers on that are right there. That's what the core looks like. The core numbers, and then the cover, the Track Theorem Pearl. The layout that I put on this ball is right there. If you saw my ball review on that ball, that is the layout. And I did switch over to dual angle layouts. All right, so let's see how this one rolls on the house shot. Now for this video, all 4 surfaces on each of these balls are 2000 by hand, so all 4 surfaces are the same. That way we compare the differences in the cores and the strengths of the pearl covers that we have on each of these. All right, let's start throwing some shots. All right, since these are stronger asymmetrical pearls, just like on my Mesmerize and Pure Envy video, I'm gonna start a little farther left, more closer to second arrow because it is drier to the right. That way we don't have an absolute collapse on these balls not hooking. That's a bad shot. Bad shot after the timeout. You can see that this ball, the way I drilled it with that layout and the 2000 surface, this one is a lot stronger than I expected, especially with the regular Theorem, how clean and how sharp that one is in my bag, where this ball is a lot earlier, a lot rounder. So when I did lay it out, if I was getting this ball again, I'd probably pick a bigger drilling angle. That way it give me a little more length on this ball. The ball seems like the core takes over a little bit, and then the cover helps it get down, but the core just seems like it's revving up a little too early, but maybe for my eyes, because of the layout I have on it and the surface, maybe it's doing something else. So because this ball is so round, like I said in the ball review video of this one, I'm probably going to use it on shorter to medium patterns. I'm not going to use it on longer patterns because it just seems a lot stronger, and I'm going to leave a little more volume in order for the core to give the core some help getting down the lane. Yeah, so it is earlier, rounder, a little more forward motion. So I'm really not going to use that on a longer pattern. I'm going to use it on shorter and medium. All right, let's throw one more shot, and then I'll switch over to the One Reverb. This, in the future, the next time, I probably would drill more of like a pin down type of layout for myself, rather than this layout that I put on it. That way it will give it just a little more window down lane for it to hook, because I just think I made it a little too early. It might be a little too clean. I might have to, just like the Mesmerize, where the Mesmerize at 360-1000 on it wasn't really matching up, and it made it really close to the Pure Envy. Maybe because of how strong and how rolly this ball is for me. If I hit it with 1000, I could use it on shorter patterns. All right, I'm going to switch over to the One Reverb, and we're going to see how different that ball is. Now the core numbers and the cover for the One Reverb is right there, and then the dual angle layout right there. It is slightly different than this. I do have a bigger bow angle. So this ball, for me, from what I've seen, does get down the lane a lot quicker, even though the core is a little bit bigger. And it's really responsive off the dry down the lane. So you should see a difference between that ball and the Track Theorem right now. It's really nice that I'm starting to match up the surfaces of these balls, where before I kind of kept them out of the box, which was maybe not the smartest idea, but we wanted to see how they how they reacted when I was switching brands. That's a bad one. Not throwing it good today. Bad one, got it in. But it is more responsive. It's slightly forward. But that's probably because of the bigger core that's in it. All right, let's throw a better shot. Let's concentrate. Let's loosen up here a little bit. Let's make better shots. Sometimes physically you're not making as good a shots as you'd like. There you go, better. Tripping fours again. This is 9 pins, 4 pins. Got rid of the 2-pin thing though. Almost. That Track Theorem looks like it might leave me a lot of 2 pins, and I don't want that. All right, let me throw one more shot. Move a little more left so you can see how much quicker the ball will be if I move into more oil. So I'm not making the quality shots I want to make. Timing's a little off today, but oh well. There we go. And another bad shot. All right. As you can see from these 6 shots from these 2 balls, I don't use these 2 a lot. And so far in my arsenal, these are out of all the balls I've drilled so far, these 2 are the ones that I'm more confused by when to use them and what they're going to be good for. I tried the one reverb on a long pattern earlier in the year, and it was just too early. And then I just really haven't tried to throw the Track Theorem on anything other than this house shot while I'm practicing. All right, so now we're going to switch over the Brunswick Vaporize, and there's the numbers on that ball and what the core looks like, and the cover. Now the dual angle layout on that ball is right there. Now, have you seen my past couple of videos about the Brunswick stuff? This Vaporize 2 is similar to those other ones where it does have a little more of a forward motion, a little smoother down lane, where it's another one where I might have to stay in a zone for a period of time, and then once I move out of that zone, I switch balls, but we'll see. All right, really liking the Vaporize, one of my more favorite balls that's in the line, or actually in my arsenal. So let's see how it works. Throw some shots. And you can just see from that, after the first 6 shots, and then that shot right there, I'm a little more comfortable with these next 2 balls that are out of the 4 compared to the first 2. Now that I've changed a lot of the surface on these bowling balls, I'm matching up a lot better, and I'm getting better ball motion than I did when they originally had a box. So it looks like we're gonna have a good year, hopefully. Nice and easy, nice and smooth. It does have a little more of an angular motion, a little more, it is quicker down lane, but it has that nice predictable motion down lane, what I like to see. All right, one more shot. We're gonna move a little left off of that one and see what it does. A little more left, and now I've done 8 shots now. It's time to move a little bit. Oh, that's a bad one. Helped it a little bit. Yeah, there, bad one. We're not making good shots today. Sometimes it's just the way it is. All right, so now we're gonna switch over to the last ball out of the 4, the Black Widow Mania. This one I'm really liking, like I said, using the second shift league, usually second game, going into the 3rd game. Now the numbers on and the core are right there. Then there's the cover, and then the dual angle layout on that one. This is more of a recent drilling, where the other ones were when I first switched over. So this drilling is a little bit different, different drilling angle to help me get a little more length. And the Black Widow is known for like length in the snap, so this one does just that. All right, moving back a little bit to where I was when I started. Hopefully it won't roll too forward after all these shots. And it is. They're already transitioning, so it's time to move left. Even 8 to 10 shots, about 12 shots by myself, one game by myself, and it's already changing. All right, so back where I finished with the One Reverb. These are, on this fresh house shot's not the ideal conditions that I'm going to throw these balls, but we want to show a difference, so it's easier to show a difference on a fresher house shot than it is in transition. Kind of like that. All right, one more shot with the Black Widow Mania, and then I'm gonna move a whole zone left, more, in between second and third arrow, more, and throw all 4 of these and see how they react in there. Oh, move it. Came around that one a lot. Not bad. You can see the last 2 balls, the Vaporize and this Black Widow Mania, I'm more comfortable with them, with the shapes, with their ability to go through the oil, and then when they do hit the dry, the transition and the shape that they make is very predictable. I shouldn't say predictable, it's similar each time I throw it. All right, we're gonna start going back with the Theorem Pearl, go through all 4 balls, and I'm gonna move left. Could be this Theorem Pearl just needs more oil because of the core and the cover combination. Could be a bad layout. I don't know. We're gonna see. All right, we're farther left. I'm gonna have one shot with each of these, and then we'll move one more time. You can see, still more oil. Really rolly. It's not really. It's revving up really early. The rotations aren't. It's not skidding down, revving up, and then hooking. It's just all the same revolutions all the way down. You can tell how slow that ball is for me. Now this One Reverb should be quicker, but just as early as that Track Theorem Pearl. We'll see though. It was quicker and more forward. Vaporize should give me a little more quickness because I believe this cover is weaker than the last 2. But we'll just see how I'm throwing it. Hopefully it won't get too forward like the one did. It was a little more forward, not as forward, but it still was. Actually, I should say that was more continuous than where the One Reverb was a little more forward, and the Theorem Pearl was absolutely just DOA. And of course, by how you've seen the last shot of this Black Widow Mania, last time I threw it, it should be just fine, but it should be quicker than the Vaporize. Like that. I am going a little bit slower, trying to get the ball of shape, because if I threw it faster than that, it would go too far and then it'd be too sideways. All right, we're gonna throw 4 more shots. I move a little bit farther left and go a little slower and see if we can show even more of a difference between these 4. Now I'm really gonna come around all 4 of these this time because I really needed the shape now that I move more oil. There it is, even more oil. Got down the lane, got to where the dry was, and instead of revving up, it kind of just locked up. And that's not what you want to see out of a ball. If I throw this One Reverb just like that, it should not be as forward as the last shot because I'm getting into more oil and going a little slower. And I'm going to come around it again. There it is, a little more forward, not as continuous as the Vaporize was last time around, But now that I moved in more oil, that core has enough oil where it's getting down the lane and it's having a smoother motion rather than the forward motion that I had last time. All right, I'm gonna throw the Vaporize. Nice, very continuous, blending the wet dry perfect. That ball is laid out and with that surface is absolutely perfect. All right, this will be the last shot with the Black Widow Mania. And there we go. All right, thanks guys for watching my ball review comparison of these 4 asymmetrical pearls in the 7 Brands of Brunswick family, the Track Theorem Pearl, the One Reverb, Brunswick Vaporize, and the Black Widow Mania. If you like what you see, make sure you do that thing, hit that like, subscribe, turn that bell for notifications so you know my content hits the internet, and hopefully you have a better understanding of these 4 bowling balls and whether you want to add them to your arsenal or not. All right, thank you very much. Peace out.